Up until very recently, I felt this need to continuously over explain myself to other people. Instead of just saying, no, I can't take you to the airport, I had to keep going. My car hasn't been acting right lately, and I really need to take it to the mechanic. And, I've only been driving it when I absolutely need to, like to work and back. And the airport is 45 minutes away, and I'm really worried that. Oh my God. Stop it. Why did I do that? It's my time in my day that you are asking me to give up. It's my car that is going to have the added mileage and the wear and tear on it. It is my to do list that is now going to be put on the back burner. What is it that makes us feel like we have to over explain ourselves just for saying no to another person's request? Maybe it's that we don't want to disappoint them, we want to please them. I personally think that a lot of times it's to avoid conflict so that people will like us, so that we'll feel needed. So many reasons why we continuously just say yes to things that we don't really want. And we can actually be guilty of doing the same thing with our money, right? Instead of just saying, no, I can't loan you $500, the old Jen would begin rambling about how I don't have it right now because we just moved recently, or hours at work just got cut, or just some other thing has had to have happened that is holding me back from giving you $500. God forbid I just say no, because no is a complete sentence. I could just have stopped talking and not feel the need to give 10 different justifications on why I am choosing to keep my own money. Hey, guess what? I just don't want to. But again, I think it's that we don't want to disappoint them. We want to please them. We want them to like us. We want to feel needed. Well, guess what? My giving hearts. It is NO-vember, and we are going to use the next 30 days to retrain our brains and start honoring our own needs before anyone else's. Oh, Jen, that sounds so selfish. I can't possibly do that. I help anyone who needs me. It's just my way. Well, I appreciate that there are people like you left in this cruel, harsh world. But my question, or questions I should say, to you is this: is it really money that they need, or maybe some sound advice? Could you maybe help them instead with a job search or updating their resume, guide them to a cheaper alternative, maybe even some groceries from your own pantry, or looking up some local food banks to help them through till payday? Help or assistance from you doesn't always have to be in the form of money. And I don't want you to feel selfish or guilty for holding on to your own money that you are responsible with day in and day out. I want you to stop over explaining. No more justifying, no more rambling. Forget people pleasing and just, yeah, that's over. We are going to learn to say no to things, people, and places that have been stealing our joy and just sucking up our time and our money. Okay, so let's talk about boundaries just for a minute. And yes, this word gets thrown around all the time now, right? When I was growing up, the only time I heard the word boundary was in geography class. But now we know all about social boundaries, physical boundaries, emotional boundaries. But how many of us are actually comfortable when we need to enforce our own boundaries? The definition of boundaries is basically this: boundaries are what helps us feel comfortable and safe in our own environment. Oh, that sounds nice. But wait, there's more. Having these boundaries set in place and the important part, not wavering on them, is what's going to keep us from feeling down and depressed and burnt out. They also give us a way to cope with those toxic people in our lives, and we all have those. And at the same time, not feel resentful towards the ones that we love and care about. Oh, well, setting boundaries for NO-vember is sounding better and better, right? It is for me too. And the timing could not be better because we are all about to start hearing buy an ugly sweater and come to my party. Make a ton of food and bring it to the ladies' potluck. Meet me over at Brenda's house. We're doing a gift exchange. Now, some of you may love the ugly sweater parties or the gift exchanges with your coworkers, and that's okay. For sure, there are certain holiday things and events that we can't wait for and that we would consider our special thing. And yes, do those 100%. Remember, this is about saying no to things that steal any of these your time, your efforts, your money, and your joy. So keep that in mind throughout the video. I'm not saying if it costs you money, no, you should not be doing that. Or if you have a party that you attend and look forward to every single year, to just say no for the heck of it. I'm saying that if your first reaction is, oh no, I don't want that, or I really don't have time to go there, or ooh, I really can't afford that. That specific request has crossed one of your boundaries in some way, shape, or form. And we are going to be learning to respond with no, thank you, instead of no, I'm sorry, and here's 50 justifications on why. Because those weak boundaries are going to end up just leaving you feeling totally exhausted. On the other hand, strict boundaries can push people away, and we don't want that. But what we can do is have healthy boundaries, which in the end just means that you are prioritizing your needs without pushing people away. So, how are you going to get ready for your November, where the new you is going to stick with only doing things that aren't going to spread you too thin? You're going to go places you actually want to go with people that you actually like, and only spend your money on things that you are comfortable with. So let's start with the hardest one, people. Do you have a coworker that always asks for rides home but never gives you any gas money? How about an adult child that seems to always be squeezing you for $20 here or $50 there? Maybe you even have a parent that you see making poor financial decisions time and time again, but then when their electric bill comes in, they can't pay it and they want you to help. I feel like we can all think of someone in our lives that asks us for insert here with nothing in return. But yep, you guessed it. Your time is gone, your money is wasted, and you're left feeling some certain type of way, right? Now, I want you to picture this. Next time your adult child wants to borrow your car, and you already know they're going to bring it back on the E and pretend like nothing happened, I want you to pause. Just pause when something is asked of you. Just take that second before you respond. Because a lot of times we just quickly say, yeah, sure. And I want you to hold on, my people pleasers. Ask yourself first, do I really want to do this? If the answer is no, say no. And then you've got to own that decision that you have made. Saying no when you mean it is going to help you feel less stressed out and give you back control of your own time, which really just sounds so basic, doesn't it? We should always be able to just be open and honest with people around us and feel heard when we communicate that we just don't want to, or that doesn't fit my schedule. But as we all know, that is just not the case. So when your gut is telling you no, say no. And their reaction, whatever it is their reaction. If they accept your no, great. This is someone who understands boundaries. If there is pushback, that does not mean that you should have said yes. Stay focused on the request and not the person. You already made the decision to decline, whether it was for your time or your money or both. You have prioritized yourself. That's all. Now they need to separate your refusal from their feelings of rejection. Whatever you do not retract your no or start to waver. Each time that you say no throughout the month of November, to people, places, and things that are stealing your joy, it is going to get a lot easier for you. The anxiousness that you feel in the beginning is going to start to evolve into self respect. Awkward is going to turn into empowerment, and guilt is going to be replaced with a feeling of relief. Okay, next is going to places that you don't even want to go to, or even worse, you don't want to go and you know it's going to cost you money. That is a double whammy, right? Yikes. Or maybe it's not that bad and you really do want to go, but you know you just cannot afford it. It could be a wedding, a birthday party, a dinner party, and lots of those are going to be coming up very soon. These are kind of hard not to be a part of. However, there are plenty of ways that you can respectfully decline if your budget just cannot take that hit. Always be prompt in your no so that the person that invited you isn't holding a seat or a reservation. Always express your appreciativeness and just be honest in saying, my budget won't allow it. Maybe we can meet up and celebrate at my house for a couple drinks or however you normally hang out with that person. Feelings won't be hurt if you just say it and get it over with. And let's move on to things. And we're going to use holiday gifts as our example. I'm not going to waste your time and go into a whole big spiel on what this time of the year is really about. It's not about gifts because we all already know that, right? So why do we put so much emphasis on that one part, the gifts? I don't know either, but here we are. And I'm certainly not going to tell you how to celebrate your holidays with your family, but I will say that for me, these three thoughts to keep kind of in the forefront of my mind have always helped me, and they are super simple. Number one, set a hard spending limit and stick to it. Number two, do not take on any new debt. It is not worth it. And number three, do not let feelings of guilt, pressure, or obligation take over and run the show. I feel like on this one, the things, the gifts, you're going to be saying no more to yourself. I feel like family, friends, coworkers are usually pretty cool about setting dollar limits, pulling names, prioritizing just the kids, or just not exchanging gifts at all. So let's do it. 30 days, the November challenge. We're going to say no to people, places, and things that are taking our time, our efforts, our money, and our joy. We're going to expand our comfort zone and be okay with the word no. Be true to yourself and your own needs. If you're with me, leave me a comment and let me know what is your weak area here that you think you're going to have to work on the most. People, places, or things. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.